Welcome to the Power of Self-Discipline, strategies, stories, and techniques to cultivate lasting self-discipline by Mindful Literary. Imagine a life where your actions consistently align with your goals, where you have the power to break through distractions and self-doubt, and where setbacks are mere stepping stones toward success. This is the power of self-discipline, an ability that separates wishful thinking from reality, and the one trait that can elevate every area of your life. But self-discipline isn't just about gritting your teeth and pushing through difficulties. It's an art, one that involves mastering your mindset, building daily habits, and most importantly, developing a strong understanding of yourself. In this audiobook, we're not just talking about the typical strategies you've heard before. We're diving deep into the personal stories, real-life challenges, and the science behind how discipline works. Together, we'll explore how early experiences shape our understanding of discipline, how we lose and regain it as adults, and how you can transform your life by embedding it into your core routine. Self-discipline is much more than a tool for productivity. It's the silent force behind the success stories of individuals who not only achieve greatness, but sustain it. Whether it's mastering your career, improving relationships, or building a healthy lifestyle, self-discipline is the key that unlocks sustained growth. In this audiobook, you'll hear not only about techniques like goal setting, time management, and mindfulness, but also about personal reflections and actionable insights to keep you motivated on your journey. Through a blend of practical advice, proven strategies, and relatable stories, we'll show you how to build the habits and mindset required for lasting discipline, turning fleeting moments of inspiration into permanent pillars of strength. As you listen, keep in mind that discipline is not a destination, but a journey of self-mastery. It's about committing to your growth and understanding that the process, with all its highs and lows, is part of what makes the outcome so valuable. So let's begin this journey together, where every chapter will bring you closer to becoming the person you aspire to be, someone who harnesses the full power of self-discipline to create a life of purpose and fulfillment. Chapter 1. Understanding Self-Discipline. Defining self-discipline, more than just willpower. Self-discipline often gets reduced to the idea of sheer willpower. It's seen as a simplistic battle of strength where you either have it or you don't. But the reality is that self-discipline is a tapestry woven from various threads, including motivation, habits, and emotional resilience. When we think of the times we successfully pushed through challenges, it wasn't always just about saying, "I will not give in." In fact, those moments where we triumph over temptation often involve an intricate dance of planning, reminders, and understanding our deeper drives. Just like a lighthouse sparks hope in darkness, self-discipline helps navigate the storms of life through foresight and preparation, enabling us to stay on course even when the waves pull us back. Recognizing this complexity enriches our approach to building self-discipline. Emotional intelligence plays a crucial role in enhancing self-discipline. It's not enough to simply want to achieve. Understanding why we hold certain impulses, like reaching for that afternoon cookie, despite our intentions to eat healthy, is equally important. Self-awareness allows us to recognize emotional triggers, motivating us to build healthier responses. For instance, when stress creeps in and we find ourselves defaulting to poor habits, having the emotional intelligence to identify that stress can redirect our course. Perhaps we then choose to take a brisk walk, clear our minds, or engage in a hobby instead. It's these little adjustments that aid in constructing a sturdy foundation for self-discipline, allowing us to respond rather than react, thus reinforcing our ability to stay committed to our goals. Consider the analogy of a tree rooted in the ground. The branches may sway in the wind, representing our daily challenges and cravings. However, strong roots sustain the tree in fierce storms. Just like those roots, emotional awareness and intelligence nurture our self-discipline, helping us stand firm against the temptations that life throws our way. To cultivate emotional intelligence and enhance self-discipline, begin with simple practices such as journaling about your feelings and reactions throughout the day. This not only builds self-awareness, but also encourages proactive behaviors rather than reactive ones. By fostering a deeper understanding of yourself, you can create the powerful aha moments that ignite change, leading to a disciplined life that isn't just about firm resolve, but blossoming resilience. The psychology behind discipline, why we struggle. Many of us face psychological barriers that disrupt our self-discipline. Fear of failure or the desire for immediate gratification often pulls us away from achieving our long-term goals. As children, we might have felt the weight of parental expectations, which can morph into self-doubt as adults. This inner struggle creates a disconnect between what we want to achieve and our actions. For instance, the sensation of wanting to binge watch a new series can overshadow our intention to study for an important exam. These internal conflicts highlight our tendency to prioritize short-lived pleasures over the vision we have for our future. Recognizing these psychological barriers is the first step to unlocking more profound self-discipline. Identifying triggers can illuminate why we falter in maintaining discipline. Stress, boredom, or even anxiety can lead to impulsive behaviors that derail our focus. For example, a bad day at work may cause someone to seek solace in unhealthy eating or scrolling through social media instead of tackling a project. Understanding these triggers not only helps us recognize our patterns, but also empowers us to craft effective coping strategies. By developing mindfulness around our emotional states, we can create a pause before reacting, allowing us to make more thoughtful choices that align with our goals. Stories from both childhood and adulthood resonate deeply with these themes. Think about a child excitedly preparing for their birthday party, only to sabotage their experience by confronting a sudden, overwhelming sense of anxiety about socializing. As adults, this translates into scenarios where we set resolutions but abandon them at the first hint of discomfort. We can break this cycle by embracing proven techniques like setting small, achievable goals and practicing self-compassion. As the saying goes, discipline is choosing between what you want now and what you want most. Reflecting on our choices in light of this concept can lead to meaningful insights and better decision-making in the future. Personal stories, moments of lost and found discipline. Discipline often resembles a delicate dance, marked by moments of grace and moments of stumbling. One such moment occurred during my childhood when I decided to learn to play the guitar. Eager to impress friends and family, I committed to practice every day. The first week was filled with enthusiasm. I struck chords with determination, feeling my progress with each session. But as the shine of novelty wore off, life got busy. Schoolwork piled up, social events beckoned, and one missed practice turned into weeks of neglect. Looking back, that loss was not just about missing notes. It was a lesson in how easily discipline can slip away when passion is overshadowed by distractions. Yet it was also a reset button. A few months later, I rediscovered that joyful strumming sound and made a plan to rebuild my discipline. I set aside specific times for practice and sought the support of a friend who played already. His encouragement reignited my commitment and taught me that discipline could be rebuilt, step by step. Reflecting on such experiences encourages personal exploration. Consider your own moments of lost and found discipline. Perhaps you started a new workout regime with enthusiasm, only to let it fade away amid life's chaos. Or maybe you began writing a novel but faltered after a few chapters. These anecdotes are not mere tales of failure. They are powerful reminders of the human experience. They prompt us to consider what discipline means in our lives and how the journey to regain it is just as vital as achieving it in the first place. When we pause and reflect, we can often pinpoint what distracted us. Was it fear of failure, lack of time, or simply the allure of something easier? Recognizing these pitfalls is the first step toward creating healthier habits and reclaiming our sense of discipline. One approach to rebuilding discipline draws upon proven techniques rooted in consistency and accountability. Create a daily routine that includes small, manageable tasks related to your goal. Just as I learned from my guitar journey, setting specific practice times made all the difference. Consider using visual reminders or a planner to track progress. The story of the tortoise and the hare comes to mind. Slow and steady wins the race. Understand that discipline doesn't require grand gestures. It thrives in the small, consistent actions we take. Don't hesitate to seek support from friends, just as I did. Their encouragement can make the journey less lonely. Aim for progress, not perfection, because every effort, however small, is a step toward building a resilient routine that can withstand the tests of life. Chapter 2: Childhood Lessons in Discipline. The Role of Family, Early Foundations of Discipline. Family dynamics play a crucial role in shaping our understanding of discipline from a young age. The interactions and relationships we experience at home lay the groundwork for how we perceive authority, responsibility, and consequences. For instance, a child who sees parents consistently enforcing rules with love and support is likely to develop a healthy respect for boundaries. Conversely, if a child grows up in an environment where rules are arbitrary or enforced inconsistently, it may lead to confusion about what discipline truly means. These early lessons about right and wrong often manifest throughout life, affecting not only personal behavior but also relationships with others. The adage, "It takes a village to raise a child," emphasizes that the first teachers of discipline are often found within the family. It's through these formative experiences that children learn the nuances of discipline, whether through observation, imitation, or direct instruction. Moreover, the values instilled during childhood are key to fostering self-discipline as we grow older. Core values like honesty, accountability, and perseverance are typically taught at home and become the building blocks of a child's character. When parents model these behaviors, children learn the importance of commitment and the necessity of following through on promises. For example, a parent who emphasizes the value of completing chores not only teaches responsibility, but also instills a sense of pride in accomplishment. Emphasizing the idea that hard work leads to tangible results helps children understand the direct connection between effort and reward. As they grow, these foundational values support their ability to face challenges and delays in instant gratification, ultimately leading to greater success in various aspects of their lives. The quote by Jim Rohn, "Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment," echoes the need for these early teachings. Understanding the pivotal role of family in shaping discipline can lead to transformative moments in both childhood and adulthood. Often, moments that seem trivial at the time can become profound lessons. For instance, learning to handle disappointment when not receiving an expected reward teaches resilience. Adults reflecting on their childhood might remember a time when they faced consequences for a poor decision, an experience that ultimately guided them towards better choices later in life. Such realizations can spark aha moments where past experiences suddenly make sense and inspire change. Proven techniques to foster self-discipline can further solidify these lessons, such as setting personal goals, practicing mindfulness, and seeking guidance from role models. These strategies can help individuals reconnect with their core values, reinforcing the vital teachings from their early years as they navigate the complexities of life. School experiences, the balance of freedom and responsibility. Reflecting on school environments, we can identify key moments where responsibility and independence are cultivated. For instance, remember the first time you were entrusted with a project that required you to manage your own time and resources? Such experiences taught invaluable lessons in organizing tasks, meeting deadlines, and owning the outcomes of our choices. A teacher who allowed students to choose their topics for a research project not only sparked interest, but also instilled a sense of accountability. The freedom to make these choices made the responsibility feel lighter, turning what could have been a chore into an engaging opportunity for growth. These moments illustrate how effective school environments set the stage for developing vital life skills, fostering both independence and a sense of duty. Education systems can strongly influence whether self-discipline flourishes or falters. When schools adopt a rigid, top-down approach, students often feel oppressed, which can stifle their ability to develop self-regulation. A restrictive environment may lead to resistance, prompting students to rebel rather than engage. Conversely, when educational settings promote autonomy, like allowing students to set their own goals and monitor their progress, self-discipline becomes a natural outcome. A poignant quote by Albert Einstein resonates here. Wisdom is not a product of schooling, but of the lifelong attempt to acquire it. Emphasizing exploration, open dialogue, and collaborative problem-solving helps build an intrinsic motivation that encourages self-discipline rather than fear-driven compliance. Thought-provoking stories emerge from both childhood and adulthood, revealing how discipline can be both broken and rebuilt throughout our lives. For example, consider the transition from carefree childhood days to the structured demands of adulthood. This journey can reveal our struggles to maintain discipline amidst distractions. Techniques such as setting small, achievable goals or developing routines can nurture discipline organically. The analogy of planting a seed perfectly illustrates this. Just as a seed requires proper care to grow into a strong plant, cultivating discipline involves consistent attention and patience. Adapting these proven methods, like journaling or accountability partners, can create aha moments that empower individuals to harness their responsibility and embrace their freedom. Life is about balance, and empowering ourselves to navigate this balance can lead to profound personal growth. Sports and goals, learning to compete with ourselves. Sports serve as a powerful way to teach discipline and perseverance. Think of a young athlete who braves the early mornings to practice, often while others sleep in. The coldness in the air is a mere reminder of the commitment they have made to themselves. These experiences build a framework for discipline that stretches far beyond the playing field. As they learn to push through fatigue or defeat, they discover resilience, a quality crucial not only in competitions, but throughout life. Each practice session becomes an opportunity to confront their own limitations, allowing them to forge a stronger version of themselves. This journey commonly shapes childhood memories, where the struggle to keep pushing forward cultivates character. Quotes from sports legends resonate here. The difference between a successful person and others is not a lack of strength, not a lack of knowledge, but rather a lack in will. This encapsulates how discipline is not merely accepted, but built amidst trials. Goal setting in sports acts as a powerful metaphor for navigating life's aspirations. Just as an athlete sets a target to improve their sprint time or to secure a medal, we too can set our ambitions aligned with our desires. By breaking down overwhelming goals into achievable steps, akin to mastering each play in a game, we can experience small victories that keep us motivated. An athlete may envision the championship, but must first focus on the next game, the next practice, and the next rep. The process encourages a mindset that values progress over perfection. Life mirrors this approach, where long-term aspirations are less daunting when segmented into manageable actions. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, Wayne Gretzky famously said, reminding us that the first step toward achieving any goal is to embrace the journey forward, no matter how gradual it may be. Combining discipline learned in sports and the goal setting it inspires creates a unique toolkit for success. Life is replete with challenges, and the resilience developed through competitions prepares us to tackle them boldly. Setting specific, measurable objectives gives our lives direction, much as a well-structured training program guides an athlete. To enhance personal discipline, try treating goals like sports tournaments. Respect the process, plan for failures, and celebrate the small achievements. Remember, every champion started as a contender. Progress is a game best played one day at a time. As you embark on your own journey, consider setting a weekly goal related to a passion or interest. The very act of showing up consistently cultivates habits that will transform your life goals into achievable realities. Chapter 3. Adult Challenges of Discipline. Work-life balance, the disciplinary tightrope. The struggle between professional demands and personal well-being is a reality that many face daily. Imagine a child balancing on a tightrope, trying to keep steady while juggling colorful balls that represent work tasks, family obligations, and personal interests. On one side, there is the pressure to perform, to meet deadlines, and to excel in a competitive environment. On the other side, there is the need for rest, reflection, and recreation. This constant push and pull can lead to feelings of overwhelm and burnout. Yet, it is within this tension that discipline is often forged. Reflecting on moments from our childhood, we may recall how challenges forced us to adapt, much like learning to ride a bike. The initial falls lead to skill and resilience. When we prioritize our mental and physical health, we establish a foundation for better performance at work and richer experiences in life. Maintaining discipline amidst competing priorities requires a thoughtful approach. One effective strategy is to set clear boundaries that protect your personal time from professional encroachment. Just as a gardener must prune dead branches to allow plants to thrive, we should be willing to cut back on non-essential tasks and distractions. Consider the analogy of a well-tuned instrument. If we allow too much noise, like endless meetings or constant notifications, the music of our productivity becomes jumbled. Finding techniques that work for us, such as time blocking, dedicating specific chunks of time exclusively for work tasks or personal activities, can create a harmonious rhythm in our lives. Embracing the idea of no as a complete sentence can also safeguard our time and energy, empowering us to choose how we invest ourselves fully in both work and play. Building discipline is ultimately about creating a sustainable rhythm that fits your life. Reflect on impactful quotes like, "Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment." Allow this to inspire you as you identify the practices that resonate most with you. This might mean cultivating a morning routine that sets a positive tone for the day, or committing to regular breaks that recharge your spirit. As you learn to navigate the disciplinary tightrope, remember that every small step counts towards a balanced life. A practical tip is to end each week by assessing your commitments. Ask yourself what worked well, what didn't, and how you can adjust for the following week. This simple act of reflection encourages continuous improvement and reinforces your ability to prioritize both work and personal fulfillment. Relationships and boundaries. Necessary disciplines. Setting boundaries is vital for cultivating healthy relationships. These boundaries serve as the invisible lines that define what is acceptable and what is not, allowing individuals to foster a sense of safety and respect. Think back to childhood friendships where even the smallest spat could lead to a rift. Often, it was a failure to communicate personal limits that caused misunderstandings. By recognizing and establishing boundaries early on, we learn to articulate our needs and desires, paving the way for deeper, more meaningful connections. As the writer Brené Brown puts it, daring to set boundaries is about having the courage to love ourselves, even when we risk disappointing others. This love for oneself is not selfish. Instead, it nurtures our relationships and encourages mutual respect. Maintaining personal space while fostering connection requires discipline. It is all too easy to slip into patterns where we prioritize others over ourselves, ignoring our emotional and physical needs. For instance, consider an adult who finds themselves always saying yes to requests at work, leading to burnout and resentment. This scenario highlights the importance of developing a disciplined approach to personal boundaries. The discipline to uphold boundaries is a practice that can be built over time. Techniques such as regular self-reflection, effective communication, and mindfulness can help individuals assess their limits and reinforce their boundaries consistently. Remember the story of a young person learning to say no for the first time. It may be uncomfortable, but it's a fundamental step towards asserting one's needs and creating balance in relationships. As author Anne Lamott wisely said, "No is a complete sentence." Embracing this concept leads to healthier interactions and a profound sense of personal agency. The journey toward better relationships is intertwined with constant learning and recalibration of our boundaries. Every aha moment serves as a reminder that boundaries are not static. They evolve with us through our experiences. Embracing this fluid nature helps us navigate our interpersonal dynamics with more awareness. Reflecting on your own relationships can reveal patterns that may need addressing. Identify those moments when boundaries were blurred and take the time to analyze the impact on your connections. As you cultivate this awareness, remember that the goal is balance, ensuring that while you connect with others, you also prioritize your well-being. Start today by setting aside some time to define and document your personal boundaries. This could also involve having open conversations with close friends or family to clarify each other's limits, paving the way for healthier and more resilient relationships. Mental health, the impact of stress on discipline. Mental health plays a crucial role in shaping our self-discipline. When stress takes hold, whether from work, relationships, or other pressures, it can impede our ability to stay disciplined. For many, stress leads to a cycle where anxiety clouds decision-making, making it harder to stick to goals. Imagine a child trying to focus on homework while their parents argue in the next room. The inability to concentrate is a classic example of how external pressures disrupt internal discipline. As adults, similar scenarios unfold, be it a looming deadline or personal issues. The mind struggles to push through these distractions, and as self-discipline diminishes, so does the capacity to take positive action. It's like trying to row a boat upstream while facing a strong current. The strain of stress diverts energy away from productive habits, leading to procrastination and feelings of inadequacy. Finding effective coping mechanisms is essential for bolstering discipline, especially in times of stress. One powerful approach is to create a daily routine that includes time for self-care. Simple practices such as mindfulness, meditation, or physical exercise can work wonders. Allowing yourself moments of calm creates space for clarity amidst chaos. When feeling overwhelmed, a technique known as the 5-4-3-2-1 method empowers individuals to ground themselves by acknowledging immediate surroundings. Identify 5 things you see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. This practice can serve as a practical reminder to harness discipline by reconnecting with the present. Additionally, developing a support system of friends or mentors can make a world of difference. Sharing experiences allows you to gain insights and encouragement from others who understand stress's impact on discipline. As the saying goes, we are only as strong as we are united, as weak as we are divided. In challenging times, uniting with others can fortify your resolve. Chapter 4. Identifying Personal Distraction. Technology and its Temptations. The Digital Distraction. Technology can easily derail our focus and discipline. In today's world, distractions are just a finger swipe away. From social media notifications to endless streaming services, each alert can pull our attention in a million different directions. Remember the days in school when you had to concentrate on a single task, but the thrill of a buzzing phone or a new email would break your flow? That experience reflects a larger issue. When technology competes for our attention, our ability to concentrate diminishes. Studies even show that multitasking can lead to decreased productivity as our brains struggle to focus on more than one task at a time. This is similar to a child trying to read a book in a bustling playground. The noise and activity drown out the story. Understanding this, we can see how easily we slip into habits that interrupt our day-to-day activities, whether it be scrolling through TikTok instead of finishing a project or jumping on a video call instead of taking time for self-care. To manage technology use effectively and cultivate productive habits, we can adopt several practical techniques. One proven method is to set specific times for checking notifications rather than allowing alerts to dictate our days. For instance, designating half an hour in the morning and another in the evening for social media can create boundaries that protect our focus. Another effective approach is embracing digital minimalism, clearing away unnecessary apps and notifications so only the most critical tools remain. This way, distractions lessen and clarity emerges. As adults, we might remember the joys of playing outside, free from distractions. By implementing tech-free zones or times, we can replicate that focus in our adult lives. Scheduling breaks, using apps that promote mindfulness, and engaging in hobbies that foster creativity without screens can all enhance our concentration. Just as a garden needs careful tending to flourish, our minds require intentional care free from unnecessary digital clutter. Ultimately, building a disciplined relationship with technology is about creating habits that align with our goals. For inspiration, think of the quote by Steve Jobs: "Your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work." Finding balance in a tech-saturated environment can initially feel daunting, much like learning to ride a bike. It takes practice, falls, and eventual mastery. Every small step you take away from distractions will contribute to a more focused and productive life. So, consider reevaluating how much time you spend on devices, not just to break free from distractions, but to reclaim your time for what truly matters. Social influences, peer pressure in adulthood. Peer pressure is often thought of as a teenage phenomenon, yet it plays a significant role in adult social settings as well. Adults, like teenagers, can feel the weight of their peers' expectations. This pressure often manifests in subtle ways, from professional settings, where one might feel compelled to conform to a certain work culture, to social gatherings that dictate norms of behavior or lifestyle choices. The urge to fit in can lead to decisions that may not align with one's true self, whether it's indulging in unhealthy habits, overspending, or chasing status symbols. The challenge lies in recognizing these influences and deciding to forge one's own path, despite the pull of group dynamics. As the writer Maya Angelou once said, "I can be changed by what happens to me, but I refuse to be reduced by it." This highlights the importance of self-awareness and the ability to break free from constraining expectations in adulthood. Navigating social expectations as an adult demands a high level of discipline and self-control. It takes courage to stand up against societal norms that may not resonate with personal values. Discipline is not merely about saying no to temptation. It is also about cultivating a strong sense of identity and purpose. Personal discipline is built over time through consistent choices, much like how a tree grows strong and resilient against the wind. Each decision reinforces our commitment to our goals and principles. Proven techniques like setting clear boundaries, practicing mindfulness, and seeking out supportive relationships can empower individuals to maintain their integrity. As we reflect on our childhood experiences, where moments of weakness may have led to acquiescence, we can always choose to be different in adulthood. It's never too late to reshape our narratives, aligning our actions with our inner truths. Building discipline in the face of peer pressure requires a continual commitment to self-improvement. Consider keeping a journal to track moments when societal expectations challenge your values, or use affirmation techniques to reinforce your commitment to personal ideals. Embrace the discomfort that often accompanies standing firm. It can lead to meaningful growth. Remember, the essence of discipline lies not in rigidity, but in resilience, being adaptable and yet true to oneself amidst the noise of social influence. Keeping your goals in mind and surrounding yourself with those who uplift and challenge you can act as a solid foundation for a life driven by choice rather than compulsion. Environmental triggers, creating positive spaces. Our environments play a crucial role in shaping our ability to maintain discipline. Consider a child sitting down to do homework in a cluttered room filled with distractions versus one in a tidy, organized space. The first setting can easily become overwhelming, leading to procrastination or frustration. This simple observation reminds us that surroundings can either empower us or hinder our progress. As we grow, these patterns often repeat themselves. Think of adults working in chaotic offices versus those leading productive teams in well-organized environments. It's not just a matter of comfort. Our surroundings significantly influence our mindset and capacity to stay focused. Cultivating an environment that supports self-discipline involves intentional choices. Begin with decluttering your space to eliminate distractions. A clean environment fosters clearer thinking. Introduce elements that inspire you, such as motivational quotes or images that resonate with your goals. Simple changes can make a significant impact, like setting up a designated workspace that's free from non-work-related items. Consider the analogy of a seed planted in fertile soil. Just as a seed needs the right conditions to thrive, so do our habits and disciplines. Create a space that nurtures growth. Surround yourself with items that reflect your aspirations, books that challenge your mind, a vision board that showcases your dreams, and a calendar that keeps your objectives in sight. Your environment has the power to motivate or demotivate, serving as a constant reminder of your goals or potential setbacks. To strengthen self-discipline, be vigilant about your surroundings. Small adjustments can lead to big changes. For instance, if you tend to snack while working, designate an area for meals and keep snacks out of your workspace. Change the environment, change the outcome. Remember, discipline isn't solely an internal struggle. It's also about creating the right conditions externally. When the space around you aligns with your aspirations, staying disciplined becomes a natural response rather than a forced effort. Chapter 5: Rebuilding Discipline, a Personal Journey. The Awakening, recognizing when discipline is needed. Self-reflection is a powerful tool that can help us recognize the moments in our lives when discipline is lacking. Think back to a time in your childhood when you were given a chore or tasked with completing an assignment. How did you respond? Did you dive right in, or was there hesitation and procrastination? These moments often reveal our patterns of behavior. When we become aware of our reluctance to tackle responsibilities, we can pinpoint areas that need more focus and dedication. Just as a garden needs weeding to flourish, our lives require us to clear out distractions and prioritize our commitments. An honest examination of when we shy away from discipline can help us reestablish our goals and give us insight into actionable steps we need to take moving forward. Acknowledging the need for change is crucial to personal growth. Each of us experiences times in our lives that challenge our ability to stay disciplined. A quote by Mahatma Gandhi resonates here: "You must be the change you wish to see in the world." Recognizing that change starts from within is vital. Have you heard the story of someone who faced a significant turning point? A moment when they decided to commit fully to a goal, whether it's overcoming a bad habit, pursuing a passion, or improving their career trajectory. Such narratives are often marked by a moment of realization where the urgency for discipline became undeniable. Acknowledging that you want more from life, whether in your professional or personal endeavors, signals the start of movement toward improvement. This awareness sets the stage for rebuilding discipline, guiding you toward taking meaningful actions. To build discipline effectively, proven techniques can transform our approach. Consider the analogy of a sailor navigating through stormy seas. Just as a sailor learns to adjust the sails according to the winds, we can learn to monitor our thoughts and actions, adjusting our behaviors in response to challenges. Practical strategies such as setting small, achievable goals and gradually increasing their complexity have shown great success in nurturing discipline. Additionally, establishing a routine can create a structure that makes it easier to remain focused. When you set clear intentions and follow through consistently, the discipline you foster becomes a powerful ally in achieving both the small and the significant triumphs in life. Remember, discipline isn't just about restriction. It's also about creating freedom through the mastery of self-control. Start reflecting on your personal journey today. Discover areas where you can awaken discipline and take the first step toward changes you wish to create. Setting goals, the discipline of clear intentions. Goal setting is more than just a motivational tool. It's a powerful mechanism that directs disciplined actions. When we set goals, we create a roadmap that guides our decisions and behaviors towards a desired outcome. This process is akin to a compass for a traveler. Think back to childhood experiences when you aimed for a high score in a game or tried to learn a new skill. Each tiny milestone you achieved reinforced your resolve, creating a sense of direction amidst distractions. Every time you hit a target, it fueled your motivation to aim even higher. It's in these moments where discipline is both tested and strengthened, showing us that clear intentions can powerfully align our actions with our aspirations. Establishing SMART goals enhances focus and chisels away at vague desires. SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Imagine wanting to run a marathon. Instead of simply saying, "I want to run," you could set a goal like, "I will run a full marathon in under 4 hours by training 3 days a week for the next 6 months." This specific goal provides clarity, while measurable criteria allow for tracking progress. Thinking back to childhood, many of us set informal goals, like finishing that daunting puzzle or mastering a difficult video game. Those experiences teach us that the more defined our goals, the easier it becomes to stay disciplined and motivated. By formulating SMART goals, we can cultivate a disciplined approach to achieving our dreams, turning what may seem extraordinary into achievable reality. The journey toward disciplined actions rooted in clear intentions can be filled with enlightening aha moments. We often find that discipline isn't a fixed trait, it's built through practice and perseverance. Remember the tale of the tortoise and the hare. Slow and steady wins the race, not because of fleeting bursts of excitement, but through consistent, disciplined effort. Embracing challenges as opportunities to refine our goals and alter our paths can dramatically shape our lives. The next time you face a daunting task, picture the finish line, both as a destination and a reflection of your growth. Regularly remind yourself why you set these goals, rediscover your passion, and keep moving forward, even when obstacles arise. It's this clarity of purpose that fuels the discipline necessary to see your goals through to fruition. Overcoming setbacks, learning from failures. Reframing setbacks is crucial for personal growth, especially in the pursuit of discipline. When a failure occurs, it can feel like a dead end, but what if we viewed it as a stepping stone instead? Just like a child learning to ride a bike, the first few attempts often result in falls and scrapes. Each tumble teaches resilience and enhances balance, shaping a future where those same falls become a memory of persistence. Learning to see these moments not as failures, but as integral parts of the larger journey empowers us to push forward. Embracing setbacks allows us to identify areas for improvement, convert them into lessons, and ultimately move beyond them stronger and more disciplined. Developing resilience in the face of challenges requires actionable strategies that can serve anyone, regardless of age or background. One approach is to cultivate a mindset that accepts challenges as a normal part of life. When faced with obstacles, ask yourself what you can learn from the experience. Surrounding yourself with supportive voices, friends, mentors, or inspiring figures can also bolster your resolve when times get tough. Think of the athlete who doesn't give up after losing a game. They analyze what went wrong, adjust their training, and strive for improvement. Journaling about setbacks can be another powerful tool, allowing you to track your emotional journey and identify recurring themes that need addressing. Remember, resilience is like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes. Even the most disciplined individuals experience setbacks. The difference lies in how they respond to those setbacks. Reflecting on your experiences, whether from childhood or adulthood, can lead to light bulb moments that inspire and ignite your passion for discipline. Picture the artist who fails to create a masterpiece on the first attempt, but keeps returning to the canvas, refining their techniques with every brushstroke. Each failure is treated not as an endpoint, but as an opportunity for creativity and growth. When facing your own challenges, think about the lessons others have learned from theirs. Embrace the journey, both the joys and the setbacks, as vital ingredients in creating a resilient and disciplined self. To reinforce this perspective, remind yourself that discipline is not about perfection, it's about progress and persistence. This shift in thinking might be the very key to overcoming your current hurdles. Chapter 6: Foundational Techniques for Building Discipline. The Habit Loop: Cue, Routine, Reward. The habit loop is an essential concept that underlines how our daily routines are often dictated by a cycle of cues, routines, and rewards. This cycle plays a crucial role in shaping our discipline. For instance, think back to childhood. When you heard the school bell ring, the cue, you knew it was time to gather your things and head to class, the routine. The satisfaction you felt after learning something new or completing a task, the reward, reinforced that behavior. Over time, this loop becomes ingrained, affecting not just our actions, but also our capacity for discipline in other areas of life. Utilizing the habit loop can help in establishing lasting habits. To effectively build a positive habit, identify your cue, something that will trigger the behavior you want to adopt. It could be a specific time of day, an emotional state, or even an environment. Next, design a routine that seamlessly links to that cue. For example, if you want to start exercising every morning, let your cue be the sound of your alarm. Your routine could then involve going directly from your bed to a workout session. Finally, ensure you introduce a reward that will motivate you to continue. This could be as simple as enjoying a refreshing smoothie after your workout or feeling the rush of endorphins. With consistency, each segment of the loop can reinforce your positive habits and contribute to a more disciplined lifestyle. One practical tip for mastering the habit loop is to start small. Just as you wouldn't run a marathon without training, don't overwhelm yourself with grand goals. Focus on incremental changes. When you achieve something small, it not only boosts your confidence, but also establishes momentum. Remember, discipline is not a trait, but a skill that can be developed. Embrace the journey of transforming your habits by understanding and applying this powerful loop in your everyday life. Time management strategies. Prioritize and conquer. Effective time management techniques can significantly enhance your self-discipline. Imagine a young student overwhelmed by the looming deadline of a project that they've put off until the last minute. This feeling of anxiety and rushing can be paralyzing. Instead, what if that same student had learned to break the project down into manageable tasks? While it sounds simple, just becoming conscious of your responsibilities can help create a clear path toward completion. Techniques like the Pomodoro technique can foster this awareness by encouraging you to work in bursts, followed by short breaks. This method not only helps maintain focus, but also builds a routine, which is the backbone of discipline. When you cultivate discipline through structured time management, you transform chaos into clarity, enabling you to navigate life's tasks with ease. Prioritization emerges as a critical practice in building discipline. Consider a busy parent juggling work, family, and personal tasks. Without prioritizing, it's easy to feel like everything is urgent and nothing gets done effectively. Prioritization involves understanding what truly matters in the moment. It requires asking questions like, what tasks will have the greatest impact today? This reflection helps to sift through distractions and focus on significant actions. A powerful metaphor is that of a lighthouse. It illuminates the right path in a storm, guiding ships safely to shore, while ignoring the allure of unnecessary detours. By reframing tasks based on their importance rather than urgency, you empower yourself to conquer not just your to-do list, but your day-to-day life. In terms of practical application, think of discipline like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes. One crucial tip is to utilize a simple daily planner. Each morning, jot down 3 key priorities for the day. But here's the twist. Ensure that these priorities reflect your long-term goals. This habit transforms mundane daily activities into steps toward your bigger aspirations. You might remember a moment when you realized the significance of small actions leads to achieving great things. Harness that energy and allow it to fuel your discipline-building journey. With each session of intentional effort, you will find yourself conquering not only your tasks, but also your potential. Mindfulness and its role, staying present in the process. Mindfulness plays a crucial role in maintaining self-discipline. When we practice mindfulness, we bring our attention to the present moment, acknowledging our thoughts and feelings without judgment. This self-awareness can help us identify the moments when our discipline falters. For example, think back to a time in childhood when you struggled to complete a task. Perhaps you were distracted by friends or the allure of something more fun. Mindfulness allows us to recognize when distractions arise, giving us the chance to make conscious choices rather than reacting impulsively. By nurturing mindfulness, we can break the cycle of regret that often accompanies lost discipline and rebuild our commitment, one present moment at a time. Incorporating practical mindfulness techniques into our daily lives can significantly enhance our ability to stay disciplined. Simple practices such as focused breathing or grounding exercises can serve as effective tools. When you feel your attention wavering, take a moment to breathe deeply, focusing solely on the rhythm of your breath. This breath awareness helps anchor you back to the present. Another technique is to set small reminders for moments of mindfulness throughout your day. For instance, each time you sit at your desk, take a brief pause to check in with yourself. Are you feeling distracted or overwhelmed? Acknowledging these feelings can help redirect your focus back to your tasks. These small adjustments can lead to powerful aha moments where clarity emerges from chaos. Building discipline is much like cultivating a garden. It requires patience and care. Just as a garden flourishes with regular attention and mindfulness toward the plants, our self-discipline grows when we nurture it. One impactful quote is from Jon Kabat-Zinn, who said, Mindfulness is not just about being present, but being present in a way that is non-judgmental. This perspective reminds us that it's okay to experience setbacks in discipline. Instead of being hard on ourselves, we can practice self-compassion and adjust our focus. By recognizing that each day offers the chance to start anew, we empower ourselves to make disciplined choices, even in the face of challenges. Adopting a mindset of mindful presence can lead to profound changes in how we approach our goals. Chapter 7. The Power of Routine. Morning Rituals, starting the day with purpose. Establishing morning routines is crucial for cultivating daily discipline. When we begin our day with intention, we set a foundation that influences our choices and actions throughout the day. Think of a time in childhood when you had a routine. Perhaps it was getting up early for school, making your bed, or eating breakfast at the same time each day. Those small yet significant rituals not only created a sense of stability, but also instilled a rhythm that guided your decisions. As adults, we sometimes lose that sense of structure, allowing chaos to creep into our mornings. However, reclaiming that structure can transform how we feel and function on a daily basis. A well-established routine acts as a compass, providing direction and purpose, even on the busiest days. To set a positive tone for the day ahead, one can adopt several powerful rituals. Start with gratitude. Take a moment every morning to acknowledge what you appreciate in your life, whether it be your relationships, work, or the simple joy of a new day. Following this, consider incorporating movement. A short workout or even stretching can activate your body and mind, preparing you for the hours ahead. Bring mindfulness into your morning through meditation or journaling, allowing your thoughts to settle and focus on what truly matters. As the writer Maya Angelou said, "This is a wonderful day. I've never seen this one before." Embrace the uniqueness of each day and let that spark your motivation, creating an atmosphere of possibility. Explore how the stories from both childhood and adulthood weave a common thread of discipline through simple acts of dedication. Think of a time you faced challenges, perhaps a morning rush turned into a stressful beginning. Relate that feeling to a disciplined morning routine that could have easily transformed the experience into something more manageable. Each morning ritual holds the potential for an aha moment, a realization that the power to change our day lies within our hands. Commit to one small routine, a cup of herbal tea, a moment of reflection, or even a consistent wake-up time, and watch how it influences your day. Remember, discipline is built through small, consistent actions over time. So take that first step with purpose and intention, nurturing the future you deserve. Evening reflections, reviewing discipline in action. Reflecting on daily practices is essential for reinforcing self-discipline. Each evening presents an opportunity to pause and consider the choices made throughout the day. Imagine a small child learning to ride a bike. The wobbles and falls do not define their skill. Rather, it's the persistent effort to get back up that shapes their journey. Similarly, by evaluating our daily decisions, we can identify moments where we succeeded in maintaining discipline and where we faltered. This recognition isn't about judgment or criticism. Instead, it serves as a gentle reminder of our goals and values. As we reflect, we can uncover insights into what strategies worked, the triggers that led us astray, and the feelings associated with both success and failure. What you discover in this nightly ritual can empower you to approach tomorrow with renewed intentions. A practical framework for evaluating progress and setbacks can significantly enhance this reflective practice. Consider separating your thoughts into 3 categories: triumphs, challenges, and lessons learned. At the end of each day, take a moment to jot down what went well. These triumphs are like the stars in the sky, reminding us that progress is possible. Next, acknowledge any challenges faced. Maybe you struggled to resist distractions while working, or found it hard to maintain focus during a crucial task. This honesty enables growth and helps identify patterns. Finally, extract valuable lessons from your experiences, whether good or bad. Ask yourself what those challenges teach you about your habits, environment, or mindset. Recognizing these critical elements transforms every setback into a stepping stone towards greater self-control. Success in building discipline doesn't happen overnight. It's a process filled with ups and downs. Connecting with your past can illuminate the path forward. Think of moments from childhood, perhaps a time spent learning a new skill or overcoming a fear. When discipline feels elusive, recalling those experiences can remind you of your capacity for growth. Just as a tree grows stronger from the stress of wind, so too does your discipline flourish when met with challenges. Incorporating proven techniques, such as setting clear, small goals or creating a supportive environment, can aid significantly. Remember the quote from Aristotle, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Cultivating the habit of reflecting each evening not only reinforces discipline, but can also turn everyday actions into extraordinary progress. Flexibility in routine, adapting without losing sight. Flexibility in our routines is essential to maintain the discipline we strive for in our daily lives. While routines can provide a comforting structure, an overly rigid schedule may lead to frustration when unexpected changes occur. This need for flexibility is often highlighted by children learning to ride a bike. As they pedal forward, they must adjust their balance and steering according to their surroundings and any obstacles that arise. If they rigidly stick to their initial path without adapting, they risk falling. Similarly, adults encounter moments where plans change unexpectedly, whether due to a sudden work obligation or a personal commitment, and the ability to redirect our focus without losing sight of our goals is vital. Maintaining discipline does not mean adhering to a fixed schedule. It means consistently working towards our objectives, even in the face of challenges. Adapting to changes while staying focused can take practice and intentional strategies. One effective method is to create fallback plans or if-then scenarios. This approach allows individuals to map out potential obstacles and their responses in advance. For example, if a morning workout gets disrupted, the plan might include a quick afternoon session or a home workout instead. It helps to keep a flexible mindset and understand that changes are part of life's ebb and flow. Taking small, regular breaks to reassess priorities can also lead to greater awareness of what truly matters. Each switch offers an opportunity, a chance to reflect, recalibrate, and realign oneself towards central goals while embracing the unexpected. It's about deriving meaning and discipline from our experiences, whether planned or spontaneous. Proving that discipline can be rebuilt after interruptions is illustrated well through the efforts of athletes who often face and adapt to setbacks. Being disciplined is not solely about sticking to the routine. It's about cultivating resilience and finding creative ways to stay aligned with personal values. Quotes like, "Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment," highlight this truth, underscoring that discipline adapts, grows, and transforms just like we do. Consider keeping a journal not just of your tasks, but also your reflections on what adaptability looks like to you. This kind of documentation can illuminate those aha moments when you realize that adapting doesn't mean losing focus. Rather, it strengthens your resolve. Instead of perceiving flexibility as a deviation from the path, view it as part of the journey toward your ultimate destination. When faced with change, ask yourself how you can adapt your routine without disengaging from your overall goals. Start small by introducing slight variations to keep your engagement alive, such as changing workout times or trying new methods for productivity. Remember, it's about progression, not perfection. Embrace the unexpected and find joy in the process. Staying flexible will not only help to maintain discipline, but will also enrich your experiences along the way. Chapter 8. Building Supportive Relationships. The Importance of Accountability Partners. The role of accountability partners is pivotal in enhancing self-discipline. These partners act as mirrors reflecting our intentions, urging us to stay true to our commitments. Just as a gym buddy encourages you to lift that extra weight, an accountability partner offers the support needed to push through the challenges of staying disciplined. Their presence creates a system of checks and balances where each person's progress fuels the others. This dynamic fosters a deeper sense of responsibility. When you know someone is watching your journey, it becomes easier to stay focused and resist distractions. The sense of accountability transforms vague intentions into real, actionable steps. Mutual support among accountability partners increases commitment to goals. When two people share their aspirations, it ignites a sense of partnership that can oftentimes produce unexpected breakthroughs. It's like two friends navigating a maze. When one gets lost, the other calls out directions, ensuring they both reach the exit. This back and forth exchange of encouragement, advice, and motivation keeps the momentum alive. As you share your hardships and triumphs, the bond strengthens, reinforcing each individual's resolve to succeed. The emotional support received from a partner during lean times can often be the difference between giving up or pushing through to the finish line. Goals become more tangible and less daunting when they are tackled as a team. One practical tip to find a suitable accountability partner is to look for someone whose goals resonate with your own. This could be a friend, relative, or colleague who shares similar aspirations. Establish clear expectations about how you will check in with one another and be honest about your challenges and progress. Consider using tools like shared calendars or goal tracking apps to maintain transparency. The key is to cultivate a relationship where both partners feel valued and supported. This collaborative spirit can be the spark that reignites your discipline and drives you toward success. Learning from mentors, wisdom in discipline. Mentorship plays a critical role in developing disciplined habits. When we think back to our childhood, many of us remember a teacher, coach, or family member who instilled in us the values of perseverance and hard work. These mentors guided us, helping to shape our routines and habits. The presence of someone who believes in us can inspire us to push through challenges and maintain focus on our goals. For instance, consider the story of a young athlete whose coach emphasized the importance of consistent training and mental resilience. This athlete learned that true discipline is not just about following a strict regimen, but about making thoughtful choices, even when it would be easier to give in to distractions. This kind of guidance transforms our understanding of discipline from a chore to a powerful tool for achieving our aspirations. When searching for a mentor, it is essential to recognize the key traits that make for a strong guiding influence. Look for someone who demonstrates commitment not only to their own discipline, but also to nurturing it in others. A good mentor should possess empathy. They must understand the struggles faced by their mentees, having likely experienced similar challenges themselves. Additionally, a mentor should exhibit integrity and authenticity, ensuring that their advice stems from real experiences rather than mere theory. The ability to inspire is another crucial characteristic. An impactful mentor encourages us to envision our potential, making the path to discipline feel attainable. One must remember the words of Mahatma Gandhi, who said, "Be the change that you wish to see in the world." A mentor who embodies this change can lead us to create discipline in our lives. Stories of transformation often serve as a source of inspiration. There are countless accounts of individuals who struggled with discipline, but found their way through the guidance of a mentor. Their journeys remind us that while it may take time to rebuild discipline after it has been broken, it is entirely possible with the right support. To build discipline effectively, consider implementing proven techniques such as creating specific rituals or routines. Just as a musician practices daily, setting aside dedicated time for focused work can train the mind and body to embrace discipline naturally. In addition, seek out opportunities for accountability. Whether through regular check-ins with a mentor or peer, those connections can reinforce our commitment to personal growth. Remember, every great achievement begins with a single disciplined step forward. Sharing your journey, the collective power of support. Sharing experiences can profoundly influence our capacity for discipline. A well-timed story or an anecdote from a friend can resonate deeply, reminding us that we are not alone in our struggles. Each time we articulate our challenges, we give voice to the fears that can often paralyze us. In childhood, for instance, many of us might recall the first time we tried to ride a bike and fell numerous times. As we shared those moments with our friends or family, something shifted. We learned it was okay to struggle, that every attempt, every scraped knee was a step towards mastering the ride. This collective sharing builds a framework of encouragement, reinforcing our resolve to overcome hurdles. The quote by Maya Angelou, "I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel," exemplifies how our shared journeys can inspire and motivate us to rebuild our discipline. Creating platforms for community interaction enhances this supportive dynamic tremendously. Whether it's through social media, local meetups, or online forums, these spaces allow individuals to connect, share, and uplift one another. Imagine a virtual space where people gather, not just to vent, but to strategize on improving their skills and fortifying their discipline. For instance, a writing group that meets regularly not only serves as a place for accountability, but also fosters connections that lead to the sharing of techniques and experiences. The process of sharing successes and setbacks creates a sense of belonging. As people gather to discuss their progress, they build a network of support, which can push each member towards resilience and growth. As the old saying goes, it takes a village to raise a child. In the same way, it takes a community to support an individual in their quest for discipline. Every individual journey is unique, but the paths toward improvement often overlap. Sharing your journey and exchanging support constructs a powerful network that bolsters your efforts to build discipline. By engaging with others, listening, and sharing, you not only reinforce your own understanding, but also help others find their footing. Engage in conversations, seek community, and don't shy away from vulnerability. This approach can create aha moments where insight sparks change. Consider creating a habit journal that you share with a friend or an online group. This allows for reflection and connection, illustrating your progress together. In these moments of sharing, growth becomes not just an individual pursuit, but a shared adventure. Chapter 9. The Influence of Mindset. Growth versus Fixed Mindset, Choosing Discipline. The concepts of growth and fixed mindsets play a crucial role in shaping our approach to discipline. A growth mindset, popularized by psychologist Carol Dweck, is the belief that abilities and intelligence can be developed through dedication and hard work. On the other hand, a fixed mindset is the idea that our talents are innate and unchangeable. This difference in mindset can greatly influence how we approach challenges and develop our self-discipline. For instance, someone with a fixed mindset might view setbacks as evidence of their limitations, leading to frustration and a lack of motivation to try again. In contrast, those with a growth mindset see failures as opportunities to learn and grow. This perspective encourages resilience and persistence, both key components of strong self-discipline. Shifting towards a growth mindset can significantly enhance self-discipline. When we embrace the idea that we can improve, we become more willing to put in the effort necessary to build our discipline skills. It's essential to remember that discipline is like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes. Simple techniques can promote this change, such as setting specific, achievable goals that challenge us without feeling overwhelming. Progress, no matter how small, fuels our belief in our ability to improve. Additionally, surrounding ourselves with supportive individuals who encourage a growth mindset can provide the motivation we need to stay committed to our goals. Incorporating reflective practices, like journaling about our challenges and successes, can also strengthen our self-discipline as we track our growth over time and reinforce the notion that change is possible. One powerful quote by Albert Einstein resonates deeply in this context. "A person who never made a mistake never tried anything new." This speaks to the heart of developing discipline, understanding that mistakes are not failures, but rather stepping stones to mastery. As we journey through life, whether as children learning to ride a bike or adults striving to stay fit, embracing a growth mindset allows us to rebuild our discipline after each fall. By consciously choosing to adopt this mindset, we can transform our lives, turning every challenge into a chance for growth, thereby cultivating a stronger, more resilient version of ourselves. One practical tip to consider is to visualize your future self who has achieved the discipline you desire. This vision can serve as a guiding light, keeping you focused on your journey towards self-improvement and discipline. The role of positivity, encouraging self-discipline. Positive thinking plays a significant role in fostering discipline and resilience. When we approach our challenges with a positive mindset, we create a fertile ground for self-discipline to flourish. Picture a child learning to ride a bicycle. The initial falls are met not with despair, but with laughter and encouragement. This supportive atmosphere nurtures resilience, allowing the child to persist despite setbacks. Similarly, in adulthood, adopting a positive outlook can transform everyday challenges into opportunities for growth. A study shows that positive thinkers have better coping mechanisms, enabling them to push through obstacles and remain disciplined in their pursuits. When we believe that we can succeed, we are more likely to commit to our goals and work consistently toward them. Cultivating a positive mindset is achievable through several techniques. One powerful method is the practice of gratitude. By regularly acknowledging the good in our lives, we shift our focus away from negativity. Keeping a gratitude journal can be a simple yet effective practice. Jotting down a few things we appreciate each day can significantly boost our mood and reinforce discipline. Visualization is another excellent technique. Imagine yourself achieving your goals. This mental imagery acts as a motivational tool. When you visualize success, it becomes easier to muster the daily discipline needed to reach that success. Quotes like, "What we think, we become," remind us that our thoughts shape our reality and can inspire us to maintain a positive outlook, even in tough times. Analogies can further illustrate this concept. Consider a gardener tending to plants. A gardener doesn't simply sow seeds and walk away. They water, nourish, and care for the plants regularly, understanding that growth takes time and effort. Similarly, caring for our mindset requires regular attention. Engaging in positive self-talk and surrounding ourselves with uplifting influences can be like watering our mental garden. It's a continuous effort that pays off, manifesting in self-discipline and resilience over time. Remember, building discipline is not just about resisting temptations, it's about fostering an environment where growth and positivity thrive. Start today by embracing small, mindful changes in your thinking, planting seeds of positivity that will bloom into a more disciplined and resilient you. Affirmations and visualizations, building inner strength. Affirmations serve as powerful tools that can significantly reinforce self-discipline. When spoken aloud or written down, these positive statements create a strong mental framework that encourages persistence and resilience. For instance, imagine a child who struggles with math. If that child uses affirmations like, "I am becoming better at math each day," it plants the seed of belief in their capabilities. This approach not only boosts confidence, but also encourages them to practice more, paving the way for improvement. Like a muscle that grows stronger with use, self-discipline can be fortified through the consistent application of affirmations. The key lies in crafting affirmations that resonate personally, ensuring they are vivid and present tense, making them feel like achievable realities rather than distant dreams. Visualization techniques further amplify this process by helping individuals clarify their goals and enhancing their motivation. By picturing their success in vivid detail, individuals create a mental image of what they want to achieve. For instance, an athlete might visualize themselves crossing the finish line first, or nailing that perfect performance in front of an audience. Such imagery activates similar neural pathways that occur when one actually performs the task, making it feel more tangible and achievable. The power of visualization is that it doesn't just help to dream, it ignites the drive to act. Visualization, when practiced regularly, can become a guiding star, providing direction and enabling a sharper focus on the daily actions that lead to ultimate success. Developing a strong sense of discipline through these practices often leads to profound aha moments in life. For many, it stems from experiences that shape their understanding of effort and reward. A story that echoes this sentiment might involve someone reflecting on their childhood frustrations with learning an instrument. Over time, as they persevered and affirmed their goals through daily practice and visualization of playing confidently in front of friends, they unlocked a talent they didn't know they possessed. In moments like these, the real lesson emerges. Discipline is built through small, consistent efforts, and these efforts can be powered by both affirmations and visualization. To harness this potential, try starting each day with a simple affirmation that aligns with your goals and spend a few moments visualizing the steps you'll take to achieve them. This practice plants the seeds of discipline in your mind, setting the stage for growth. Chapter 10. The Role of Motivation. Understanding intrinsic versus extrinsic motivation. Intrinsic motivation is driven by internal rewards. It's that feeling of satisfaction you get when you accomplish something because you genuinely enjoy the process. For example, when you read a book simply because you love the story, you are motivated intrinsically. On the other hand, extrinsic motivation stems from external rewards. This could be money, praise, or even grades. When a child studies hard to get good marks or a bonus, they are relying on extrinsic factors for their motivation. Understanding the difference between these motivations is key to establishing discipline in our lives. It helps us recognize the driving forces behind our actions. With discipline, we often lean on extrinsic factors to push us to do things we may not enjoy. However, when intrinsic motivation lights a fire within us, discipline becomes much easier to maintain because we are more connected to our goals. To effectively harness both types of motivation for personal growth, recognize situations where each type thrives. Reflect on your experiences and find what truly excites you. This could lay the groundwork for exercising greater intrinsic motivation. For instance, if you realize that you enjoy gardening, start a small project not for accolades or social media likes, but purely for the joy it brings you. Simultaneously, set up external rewards to boost your commitment in areas that are tougher to navigate. If you're tackling a challenging project, reward yourself after hitting specific milestones. Implementing both motivations creates a balanced approach to personal development, enabling you to shift from obligation to inspiration. Using quotes can also bolster your mindset. As Aristotle wisely noted, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. This dual approach can make discipline feel less like a chore and more like a fulfilling journey. As you navigate the path to building discipline, remember that small actions can produce significant changes. A practical tip is to combine your interests with your responsibilities. If you need to exercise regularly but find it tedious, choose activities that you love, perhaps dancing or hiking. This will tap into your intrinsic motivation while still promoting the extrinsic goal of improved health. Each step forward, no matter how small, adds up and sharpens your discipline over time. Celebrate those moments and enjoy the journey. Setting long-term versus short-term goals. Balancing short-term and long-term goals is crucial for success in any endeavor. Short-term goals serve as stepping stones, providing immediate feedback and motivation. They can be likened to the quick wins in sports. Each small victory builds momentum and confidence. Long-term goals, on the other hand, are the grand vision, the destination you aim for. When both types of goals align, they create a powerful synergy that propels you forward. It's essential to remember that neglecting one in favor of the other can lead to frustration and disillusionment. A child who dreams of becoming an astronaut, for instance, must also tackle the short-term challenges of learning math and science to get there. Finding that balance fosters a sense of accomplishment while keeping the bigger picture in sight. Effective goal setting requires structured frameworks to ensure clarity and focus. One popular method is the SMART criteria, making goals specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. This framework transforms vague aspirations into actionable plans. Another useful strategy is backward planning, where you start from your long-term goal and map out the necessary steps to achieve it. Consider the journey of an adult who desires to write a book. They must break this ambitious goal into manageable tasks, like creating an outline, setting daily word counts, and dedicating time for revisions. By visualizing the end result and working backwards, each task feels more manageable, reducing the overwhelm that often comes with big dreams. To build discipline, drawing insights from personal experiences can be invaluable. Reflecting on childhood lessons learned in playing sports or learning an instrument can unveil powerful truths about persistence and practice. Quotes like, "Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment," Jim Rohn, resonate deeply, reminding us that consistency is key. Sometimes, Simply committing to small daily actions creates the foundation for long-term success. For practical application, try identifying one small action you can take daily toward your goal. This could be as simple as reading for 10 minutes, exercising for 15, or jotting down an idea for your project. Each of these small steps adds up, ultimately rebuilding and reinforcing your discipline over time. Celebrating milestones, fueling future discipline. Celebrating small wins is crucial in sustaining motivation throughout any journey. It's easy to focus solely on major achievements, but acknowledging the small victories along the way can create a powerful ripple effect. Each little milestone reached sparks joy and reinforces our commitment to the larger goal. Think back to childhood achievements, like mastering a new bike or scoring a goal in soccer. Each small victory not only built confidence, but also fueled the excitement for future challenges. As adults, we often overlook how these small celebrations can reinvigorate our spirit and fortify our discipline. Recognizing and savoring these moments cultivates resilience and keeps the flame of motivation alive. There are several effective methods for recognizing and rewarding progress, and they can be tailored to fit anyone's needs. Simple gestures, like setting up a personal reward system, can be wildly effective. It could be treating oneself to a favorite snack after completing a challenging task, or taking an hour off to dive into a good book after a productive week. Create a visual progress chart or journaling system to track achievements. This provides a tangible reminder of how far one has come. When someone else is cheering you on or celebrating your efforts, it makes the journey even sweeter. Sharing achievements with friends, family, or online communities adds another layer of accountability and praise, which can act as a fuel for continued discipline. As we navigate through life's hurdles, remember that discipline is not a static trait, but a skill that can be strengthened. Just as muscles grow with consistent exercise, our ability to stay disciplined flourishes when complemented by joy and celebration. Each small win serves as a stepping stone, leading to greater accomplishments and deeper commitment. Embrace the process, cherish those moments of victory, and let them propel you towards your ultimate goals. Consider setting up a milestone journal where you note down your goals, celebrate successes, and even reflect on setbacks that teach valuable lessons. This cultivates an understanding that discipline is a journey enriched by both progress and reflection. Chapter 11. From Desire to Action. The power of intent, making discipline a priority. Intentions are the seeds from which discipline grows. When we set clear intentions, we create a powerful compass that guides our actions towards our goals. For instance, think back to a time in your childhood when you wanted to learn something new, perhaps riding a bike. You didn't just hop on without purpose. You set an intention to master the ride, organizing your time around practice, falling a few times, but ultimately succeeding because your intention was strong. In adulthood, this power of intention becomes even more significant. It's common to feel overwhelmed, but clear intentions cut through that noise, giving us focus. Without this clarity, discipline can seem like a distant dream, impossible and unachievable. Our thoughts shape reality, and when those thoughts are rooted in defined intentions, we can foster a robust sense of self-control that allows us to persist and thrive. Encouraging a practice of clear intent in daily planning is not just beneficial, it's transformative. Each day, take a moment to write down what you intend to accomplish. This could be as simple as, today, I intend to focus on completing my work tasks by prioritizing my most important project. By articulating your intent, you activate a sense of responsibility to yourself. It's akin to setting a personal contract that you must honor. Consider the story of an individual who struggled with procrastination but began to write a daily intent each morning. Over time, they found that this small ritual helped them remain focused, leading to increased productivity. Reminding ourselves of our intentions throughout the day acts as a beacon that steers us back on course whenever distractions threaten to pull us away. To put this into practice, start small. Choose one or two primary goals each week and outline the intentions associated with each. Make these intentions specific, measurable, and time-bound. As you align your daily actions with your intentions, celebrate your progress, no matter how small. This approach not only reinforces your discipline, but also cultivates a sense of achievement. An impactful quote to remember is, "Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment." When you harness the power of intent as a foundational element in your daily life, you can systematically break down barriers that hinder your discipline, rebuilding it stronger with each intentional move. Developing a plan, structuring your journey. Building discipline often starts with creating actionable plans that guide us toward our goals. Think back to childhood adventures when the most daunting projects felt manageable with a clear outline. These plans don't need to be overly complex. Instead, they should serve as a roadmap that breaks down larger tasks into smaller, accessible steps. By setting specific, achievable milestones, you encourage a disciplined approach to accomplishing your objectives. For example, if you're training for a marathon, rather than simply deciding to run 26 miles on race day, create a training schedule that gradually increases your distance each week. The power of this gradual buildup not only builds your physical stamina, but also strengthens your mental resolve. As the famous author Stephen King said, "Amateurs sit and wait for inspiration. The rest of us just get up and go to work." This idea encapsulates the core of discipline, taking consistent, deliberate action. Adaptability is crucial in our journey of planning and achieving goals. Life is unpredictable. We can create the most well-structured plan, yet things may not unfold as we expect. Think of an artist working on a masterpiece. They start with a vision, yet each brushstroke may lead them in a different direction, often resulting in a more profound creation. Embracing change and adjusting plans when necessary is a sign of strength, not weakness. It's essential to remain flexible and open-minded. If a strategy isn't yielding the desired results, don't hesitate to pivot. Remember that the goal is progress, not perfection. Tackling life's challenges with a mindset that welcomes adaptability can transform setbacks into stepping stones. As philosopher and poet Ralph Waldo Emerson wisely noted, "The only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be." While discipline can sometimes feel like a distant goal, it can be cultivated through a series of intentional, mindful actions. Keep in mind that each small decision contributes to the larger journey. Whether you're a student, a professional, or simply someone looking to improve their life balance, harnessing the power of planning while remaining adaptable can lead to significant results. To effectively navigate the ups and downs of your journey, consider keeping a journal where you can track your progress, reflect on your adaptability, and adjust your plans as needed. This practice will not only help clarify your thoughts, but also demonstrate how far you have come and how resilient you can be in the face of change. Taking first steps, embracing action over perfection. Taking imperfect action is not just a catchphrase, it is a vital step in developing discipline. From early childhood, we learn that perfection often holds us back. Remember the feeling of frustration when learning to ride a bike? The wobbling, the falls, the scrapes, it all felt overwhelming. But those little imperfections were stepping stones toward mastering balance and coordination. Each attempt, no matter how flawed, became a lesson in resilience. This principle applies as we grow. Embracing the messiness of each new initiative fosters a stronger sense of discipline. When we focus too heavily on achieving perfection, we risk paralyzing ourselves with fear of failure. However, by recognizing that every action, even if imperfect, brings us closer to our goals, we can build the momentum necessary for lasting discipline. Fear often looms large when we consider starting something new. The what-ifs whisper doubt in our ears, convincing us to remain in our comfort zones. This anxiety can stem from past experiences or uncertainties about the future. Think about that first day of school. The mix of excitement and dread was palpable. What if nobody wanted to be my friend? What if I didn't understand the lessons? Similarly, in adulthood, embarking on a new project or career path can evoke the same trepidation. However, overcoming these fears begins with acknowledging them. By understanding that fear is a natural response to the unknown, we can choose to confront it head-on. Each time we take a step past our fears, we not only gain confidence, but also begin to redefine what is possible. Building discipline requires a series of intentional actions, driving the message home that taking steps, no matter how small, is essential. One practical tip is to set manageable goals that allow for flexibility. Instead of aiming for a perfect outcome immediately, break your objective into smaller tasks that can be accomplished gradually. This allows room for mistakes and adjustments along the way. Another effective technique is to create a supportive environment for yourself. Surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals can be incredibly motivating. As Margaret Mead famously said, "Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world." Remember, every expert was once a beginner. The journey to discipline does not lie in perfect execution, but in consistent effort and the willingness to embrace the journey, imperfections and all. Chapter 12. Coping with Failure. Accepting setbacks, viewing them as learning opportunities. Embracing a mindset that regards failures as valuable lessons is crucial for personal growth. Many successful individuals have flipped their setbacks into stepping stones. For example, a child learning to ride a bike often falls many times before mastering balance. Each tumble teaches something vital, whether it's how to adjust speed or where to place their weight. Similarly, adults face setbacks at work or in personal projects, and those who view these moments as opportunities for learning often succeed more in the long run. They understand that every failure can provide insight, guiding future decisions and actions. Just like the phrase says, success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. This shift in thinking transforms the narrative around failure from despair to discovery. Self-compassion plays a significant role during difficult times. When we face setbacks, it's easy to be our own harshest critic. However, practicing kindness towards ourselves can change how we cope with these moments. Think back to a time in childhood when you were anxious about a school performance. If a friend stumbled on stage, wouldn't you comfort them instead of chastising? Similarly, we need to extend that same compassion to ourselves when we stumble in our own lives. Recognizing that everyone struggles and that it's okay to feel disappointed can create space for healing and growth. Self-compassion allows us to acknowledge our feelings without being overwhelmed by them, transforming setbacks into opportunities for self-improvement and resilience. Incorporating these perspectives not only empowers individuals, but also enriches interactions with others. Sharing stories of failures and the lessons learned can foster connections and inspire those around us. Just think of famous figures like J.K. Rowling, who faced numerous rejections before achieving success with Harry Potter. Her journey reminds us that the path to success is often littered with setbacks, yet each one carries a valuable lesson. As you navigate your own challenges, remember that every stumble can be a catalyst for growth. The next time you face a setback, take a moment to reflect on what you can learn rather than how far you've fallen. This simple practice can transform rejections into powerful motivation. The art of resilience, bouncing back stronger. Resilience plays a crucial role in maintaining discipline. Life often throws curveballs that can shake our commitment and focus. Just think back to your childhood games where a sudden rain could cancel outdoor plans. Instead of sulking, many of us learned to adapt, building forts indoors, organizing board games, or even starting a new creative project. These moments, while seemingly trivial, were stepping stones in understanding that setbacks can lead to new opportunities. It's a mindset that echoes through adulthood as well. Resilience is about recognizing that failures do not define us, but offer a chance to learn and grow. This bounce back strengthens our discipline as we learn to navigate life's unpredictable nature with a steady hand and an open heart. Developing a resilient mindset is key to not just recovering, but thriving. One practical way to cultivate resilience is through self-reflection. Take time to evaluate your reactions to past challenges. How did you respond? What thoughts crossed your mind? Recognizing the narratives we tell ourselves can help shift our perspective. For example, instead of saying, "I can't handle this," try reframing it to, "I will figure this out." Embracing imperfections is also essential. Understanding that nobody is perfect allows us to be kinder to ourselves during tough times. Creating a support network play a vital role too. Surrounding yourself with positive influences can inspire you to maintain your discipline and push through challenges. As Thomas Edison once said, Our greatest weakness lies in giving up. The most certain way to succeed is always to try just one more time. Each attempt, each failure, and each success builds the resilience that reinforces our discipline. Building discipline through resilience means embracing the journey with all its ups and downs. Every setback is a chance to learn, grow, and come back with even greater determination. When you encounter obstacles, whether at work or in personal life, take a moment to reflect. Ask yourself what you can learn from the experience. Perhaps try journaling about your feelings and insights. This process can offer clarity and help you forge a disciplined path moving forward. Remember, the ability to bounce back is like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes. So the next time life challenges you, use it as an opportunity to develop that art of resilience, turning obstacles into stepping stones on your journey toward lasting discipline. Reassessing goals, adjusting without giving up. Adjusting goals after experiencing failure can often feel disheartening, but it also offers an opportunity for growth and discovery. When faced with setbacks, it's essential to take a moment to reflect on your original goals and assess if they are still relevant. Many times, this reassessment can lead to a better alignment of your objectives with your current circumstances. For instance, consider the story of a young athlete who dreamed of becoming a professional football player but suffered a severe injury. Instead of giving up, they used that time to explore coaching and mentoring, ultimately finding fulfillment in helping others achieve their dreams. This scenario illustrates that failure can serve as a catalyst for realignment, prompting us to establish new goals that are more suited to our evolving situation. Strategies, such as breaking down larger goals into smaller, more manageable steps, can create a sense of achievement and motivation, reinforcing the belief that persistence is key. The importance of persistence in the process of reaching our goals cannot be overstated. It is often in the moments of doubt and reevaluation where true character is built. By continuously revisiting and adjusting our goals, we not only maintain a clear vision of what we want to achieve, but also allow ourselves the grace to pivot when necessary. Even the most successful individuals experience setbacks. What sets them apart is their ability to adapt and stay the course. It's like hiking up a mountain. You might stumble on loose rocks or find a blocked path, but that doesn't mean you abandon the ascent. Each challenge faced is another opportunity to strategize and forge ahead. Remember the quote by Nelson Mandela, "I never lose. I either win or learn." This perspective transforms the way we approach the notion of failure, encouraging us to see every obstacle as a chance to reassess, refocus, and recommit to our ambitions. Finding discipline amidst the ebb and flow of goal setting can feel daunting, yet it is through these cycles of challenge and renewal that we become more resilient. Develop a habit of regular self-reflection to gauge your progress and adjust your strategies. Journaling or using vision boards can be effective techniques that not only help clarify your current objectives, but also reinforce your commitment to them. Just as a gardener prunes a plant to foster new growth, so too must we be willing to trim away parts of our original goals to nurture our true paths. Remember, each adjustment is not a sign of failure, but an essential step in your journey, paving the way toward achieving what you truly desire. Chapter 13. The Impact of Self-Discipline on Success. Discipline as a foundation, personal and professional growth. Self-discipline is often described as the bedrock for success. It's a skill that can turn dreams into realities and aspirations into achievements. Think back to your childhood. There's a lesson in every little challenge. Remember that time you committed to learning the piano? It wasn't the talent alone that made you a promising musician. It was the countless hours spent practicing, even when you would have rather played outside. This is self-discipline in action. It's the ability to push through the temptations of immediate gratification in favor of long-term success, allowing you to invest the necessary time and effort into your goals. Once you cultivate that inner strength, you will find it shaping not only your personal life, but also influencing your professional path in ways you might not have imagined. The correlation between discipline and achieving long-term goals cannot be overstated. It's a bridge that connects where you are now to where you want to be. Just as a tree grows stronger with time and care, so too does our discipline grow with practice and intention. Establishing a regular routine, whether in work or study, leads to lasting results. Consider how athletes train, day in and day out. They wake up before dawn, pushing their limits, driven by an overarching goal. The same principles apply to our personal and professional lives. By cultivating discipline, you enhance your focus, fortify your will, and effectively navigate the obstacles that arise, often leading to those aha moments when everything clicks. Growth comes not just from the destination, but from the journey that requires patience and consistency. Building discipline is not simply about willpower. It's about strategy and self-awareness. Proven techniques can aid you in mastering this essential skill. Start by setting clear, achievable goals. Break them into smaller, manageable tasks. Daily reminders or commitment contracts can solidify your intentions. The power of accountability, whether through friends or mentors, often keeps us aligned with our objectives. As the famous author Jim Rohn said, discipline is the bridge between goals and achievement. Use these tools to develop a routine that works for you, creating a rhythm that naturally integrates discipline into your life. In the end, it's important to remember that discipline is not a destination, it's a journey that evolves. Embrace the process, and you'll find it transforms not just your achievements, but also your perspective on failure and success. Real-life examples: successful individuals who exemplify discipline. Many well-known figures have demonstrated the power of discipline in their lives, often overcoming significant challenges. Take the story of J.K. Rowling, for instance. Before she became one of the most famous authors in the world, Rowling faced numerous rejections and personal hardships, including financial struggles and depression. However, her dedication to writing and her ability to persist, despite the odds, allowed her imagination to flourish. The discipline she exhibited in refining her craft, sticking to her writing routine, and pushing through fears and doubts ultimately led to the publication of the Harry Potter series, which has inspired millions. Another compelling example is Oprah Winfrey, who rose from a troubled childhood characterized by poverty and abuse to become a media mogul and philanthropist. Her unwavering discipline manifested in her relentless work ethic and commitment to self-improvement. She often reflects on how cultivating a disciplined mindset helped her stay focused on her goals, allowing her to turn what initially seemed like insurmountable obstacles into stepping stones for success. Lessons from her journey remind us that the drive to better ourselves and maintain a strong will can propel us toward achieving our dreams. Readers can learn much from these experiences. The stories of Rowling and Winfrey illustrate that discipline is not merely about adherence to strict routines, but involves a commitment to growth and resilience. They remind us that discipline can be cultivated, even if it means facing trials along the way. It encourages us to reflect on our own lives and identify areas where we can exercise self-control and perseverance. Embracing discipline, regardless of our background, can lead to impactful change. One practical tip to enhance discipline is to set small, achievable goals that gradually build towards larger ambitions. By celebrating small victories, we create a sense of accomplishment that fuels our motivation and reinforces our disciplined habits. The ripple effect: how your discipline inspires others. Personal discipline often acts like a stone tossed into a calm lake, sending ripples outward in all directions. When we commit to our goals, practice self-control, and maintain a consistent work ethic, those around us can't help but notice. This influence can manifest in various ways. Friends might seek to emulate our habits, colleagues may raise their standards, and family members could feel motivated to pursue their passions more seriously. Consider a child watching a parent wake up early to write or exercise. That simple act of dedication sets a powerful example. Children absorb these behaviors subconsciously and may later apply them in their own lives, developing personal discipline rooted in what they observe. Your determination not only changes your path, but also encourages those in your circle to strive for their best selves. Role modeling stands as a cornerstone of promoting self-discipline. When someone witnesses perseverance and commitment firsthand, inspiration ignites. A coach who shows up early for practice instills a work ethic in players. A teacher who stays after school to help struggling students fosters a sense of responsibility in their pupils. The impact of role modeling is profound and often leads to a transformation that can ripple through communities. Think of mentors who have shaped your life. Their disciplined approach often becomes a blueprint for your actions and mindset. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment, said Jim Rohn, and through our actions, we build that bridge not only for ourselves, but also for others to follow. By living our principles and demonstrating resilience, we cultivate a culture of discipline that encourages others to mirror the same dedication. As we reflect on our journey toward discipline, it becomes evident that the stories we share and the behaviors we exemplify hold far-reaching potential. Remember that discipline is not always about rigorous routines, but rather about the consistency in our actions and choices. Empower others through your commitment, and you may find that your individual journey can create a legacy of inspiration. A practical technique to reinforce this is to consciously engage with those around you when you achieve small wins. Share your experiences and acknowledge their efforts, creating an environment that celebrates growth and self-discipline. Through such intentionality, the ripples of your actions can expand, fostering a community where everyone strives for and embraces discipline together. Chapter 14. Transforming Discipline into Lifestyle. Making discipline a habit, daily integration. Integrating discipline into daily routines is not just about following rules or sticking to strict schedules. It's about creating a foundation for a more productive and fulfilling life. Think back to childhood. Perhaps you had a set bedtime that you resisted at first, but later realized it helped you wake up refreshed for school. Similarly, as adults, we may resist structures in our day, yet those very structures can lead to breakthroughs and successes that spontaneity alone cannot achieve. Consider the quote by Aristotle, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. It speaks to how daily choices shape our character and our outcomes. Discipline can feel heavy or daunting, but when woven into the fabric of our everyday life, it transforms into something empowering and liberating. Small daily actions lay the groundwork for robust discipline. It can start with something as simple as setting aside 10 minutes in the morning for mindful reflection or making your bed each day. These actions act like dominoes. Once you begin with one, you naturally want to add another. Remember that moment from childhood when you finished your homework before heading out to play? That simple decision not only brought you immediate joy, but also built a habit of responsibility. As an adult, creating similar small habits, like organizing your workspace every evening or dedicating time to read, can significantly enhance focus and discipline over time. Just like nurturing a plant, small, consistent efforts lead to growth. Adopting proven techniques to build discipline is essential because routine breeds familiarity. One effective way to integrate these small actions is through a method known as habit stacking, where you attach a new habit to an existing one. For example, if you already make coffee every morning, use that moment to jot down your goals for the day. This not only reinforces discipline, but also propels you toward achieving those goals. With each small victory, you experience those aha moments that remind you of your progress. It's the little things that can lead to epic transformations, making the journey of instilling discipline both meaningful and rewarding. The 21-Day Challenge, a journey of consistency. The 21-Day Challenge is a powerful method for building habits that stick. It's structured around the idea that it takes approximately 3 weeks to create a new habit and make it feel like a part of your daily routine. Whether it's waking up earlier, exercising regularly, or practicing gratitude, committing to just 21 days can help solidify these actions into your lifestyle. Think of it like planting a seed. With consistent care, the seed grows roots and eventually blossoms into something beautiful. This approach can be particularly effective because it emphasizes the importance of repetition in forming habits. Each day of the challenge serves as a building block, reinforcing the behavior until it becomes second nature. Committing to this 21-day practice not only fosters discipline, but it also creates a foundation for resilience. In our fast-paced world, where distractions are ubiquitous, the ability to focus on a singular task becomes a challenge in itself. Imagine trying to learn to ride a bike without consistent practice. It would be nearly impossible to maintain balance. Similarly, developing discipline requires regular commitment. Setting aside time each day to work towards your chosen habit can lead to significant change. Step outside your comfort zone and consider keeping a journal of your experiences throughout this journey. This will provide insight into your progress and allow you to reflect on the challenges you've faced and how you overcame them. As you embark on this 21-day challenge, remember that gradual growth is just as important as the outcome. The process of becoming disciplined often involves setbacks, but these moments are opportunities for learning. Each stumble along the way can be an aha moment, illuminating paths to improvement that you may not have considered before. Embrace these experiences, much like an artist refining their craft through trial and error. Utilize techniques such as setting small, achievable goals within the challenge to maintain motivation. As you reflect on your journey, remind yourself of the quote by Bruce Lee: "Knowing is not enough, we must apply. Willing is not enough, we must do." Let this inspire you not just to commit, but to truly engage with the process of rebuilding discipline in your life. Long-term vision, discipline as a lifelong commitment. Viewing discipline as a long-term journey is essential for personal growth and achievement. Many people think of discipline as a temporary measure, something to muster when a goal is at hand. However, real discipline is about integrating consistency into our lives. From childhood, we learn habits that shape our future selves, whether it's getting homework done on time or practicing a sport after school. Each of these small disciplined choices contributes to who we become. Consider the story of a young musician practicing daily. At first, the hours spent seem taxing and the progress gradual. Yet over time, that commitment transforms raw talent into profound skill. Recognizing that discipline is a marathon, not a sprint, offers a clearer perspective on the journey ahead. Creating long-term strategies for sustaining discipline can set anyone on a path to success. Rather than focusing solely on immediate outcomes, envision a broader horizon where everyday choices align with your ultimate goals. Start by setting realistic benchmarks that encourage consistency without overwhelming yourself. For instance, if fitness is a goal, opting for a daily 15-minute walk can be infinitely more sustainable than committing to hour-long workouts every day. This echoes the wisdom of Aristotle, who said, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Find those habits that reinforce discipline and thread them into the fabric of your life. To build and maintain discipline, consider the power of stories, both your own and those of others. Many successful individuals faced failures before they found their stride. Embrace setbacks as learning opportunities, igniting resilience within. Reflect on these moments, perhaps from childhood or adulthood, where perseverance led to breakthroughs. It is in these experiences that aha moments are birthed, reinforcing the value of discipline. Remember, the journey of building discipline is ongoing, and each step you take lays the groundwork for the next. A practical tip: keep a journal to track your disciplined actions and celebrate small victories. This simple act can provide powerful motivation as you witness your growth over time. Chapter 15: The Ongoing Journey of Self-Discipline. Continuous learning, evolving your discipline. Continuous learning is essential for building and maintaining discipline. It creates a powerful foundation that helps us adapt to challenges, setbacks, and changes in our environment. Just as a skilled builder doesn't stop learning new techniques and materials, mastering discipline requires an ongoing commitment to learning. Our childhood experiences often reveal how our views on discipline shape our journey. Consider a young artist who draws tirelessly, only to find joy in discovering new styles and techniques. This exploration not only enhances their skills, but embeds the importance of continual growth in their discipline. Therefore, recognizing that discipline is not static, but rather a dynamic process encourages us to embrace learning as a crucial aspect of our personal development. Seeking new knowledge and perspectives can lead to profound transformations in our lives. Imagine an individual who reads a book on effective time management and suddenly gains insights that revolutionize their productivity. These aha moments often emerge when we expose ourselves to fresh ideas and diverse experiences. Whether through formal education, workshops, or self-driven exploration, the key is to remain open to new concepts. Engaging with others, asking questions, and immersing yourself in various fields can provide unique insights that reshape your understanding of discipline. As Albert Einstein famously said, intellectual growth should commence at birth and cease only at death. This underscores the importance of continuously evolving our perspectives to nurture lasting discipline. To foster discipline, incorporate proven techniques into your daily routine. Set aside dedicated time for learning, whether it's through reading, podcasts, or conversations with mentors. Embrace challenges as opportunities to refine your skills. Just like a muscle, discipline strengthens with consistent practice and a willingness to learn from experiences. Remember, the journey of continuous learning isn't solely about accumulating knowledge. It's about applying what you've learned in real-world contexts. Keep a journal of your insights and progress, reflecting on what works and what doesn't. This intentional approach will not only reinforce your discipline, but create a roadmap for your growth. Reflecting on your journey, is discipline getting easier? Assessing your personal journey in discipline can reveal how much you've grown over time. Think back to moments in your life that demanded your focus and determination. Remember those childhood days when simply completing homework felt like climbing a mountain? As adults, many of us face similar challenges, albeit in more complex forms. Reflecting on these experiences can lead to powerful insights. Were there times when you felt the urge to give in, yet somehow managed to push through? Each instance serves as a building block, constructing your discipline muscle. Acknowledge how those early lessons shaped your understanding of commitment. To truly measure your progress, consider keeping a discipline journal where you document your daily efforts and setbacks. This can be as simple as noting small victories or challenges faced each day. You can also assess your emotional response to these challenges. Were you inspired by quotes or stories that resonated with your own experiences? Tools such as visualization can help you envision your goals, making the abstract concrete. Imagine what achieving your goals feels like, and let that feeling guide your decisions. Remember, discipline isn't just about rigid adherence, but also about the adaptability you showcase when faced with adversity. Discipline is both a skill and a mindset, continually cultivated through reflection and self-assessment. As you grow, it becomes easier to discern what strategies work for you. Look for patterns in your successes and failures. It can be enlightening to realize that moments of struggle often precede breakthroughs. In those instances, remind yourself of the journey and have faith in your ability to rebuild discipline as often as it may falter. Practical advice? Start small, celebrate progress, and draw strength from your own stories, both from childhood and adulthood. Each step, no matter how insignificant it may seem, is a step toward a more disciplined self. Leaving a legacy, teaching discipline to future generations. Adults play a crucial role in instilling discipline in younger generations. Their actions and behaviors serve as the blueprint for what children perceive as right and wrong. Reflecting on my childhood, I remember my mother often repeating, "Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishments." This simple yet profound saying encapsulated the essence of self-control and perseverance. When adults embody discipline, their children are more likely to adopt similar values. It's not just about setting rules, it's about modeling behavior that exemplifies commitment and responsibility. For instance, when a parent prioritizes their work or studies over distractions, they demonstrate the importance of focus and dedication. These everyday scenarios become teachable moments, reinforcing the idea that discipline is not just a concept, but a way of living. To pass down lasting discipline, certain values and practices are essential. Open communication is fundamental. Children need a safe space to discuss their challenges and triumphs. By sharing personal anecdotes of struggle and success, adults can help younger generations understand that discipline is often built through setbacks and perseverance. Incorporating routines into daily life also fosters discipline. When children know what to expect each day, they learn the value of time management and responsibility. Analogies can be powerful here. Just as a tree grows stronger with the right nutrients and sunlight, so too do children thrive when nurtured with structure and guidance. Additionally, instilling a sense of accountability promotes ownership over one's actions. Teaching kids to reflect on their decisions and their outcomes prepares them to make better choices in the future. It's essential to remember that discipline is a skill that can be nurtured. Consistency is key, and it takes time for the lessons to take root. Engaging kids in conversations about their goals, dreams, and the steps needed to achieve them can create aha moments. This practice cultivates an understanding of how discipline is not just a result of enforcing rules, but a continuous journey of learning and growth. A practical tip for adults seeking to leave a legacy of discipline is to regularly set aside time for discussions about values, goals, and the challenges faced. Those moments of connection can bridge generational gaps and create a lineage of wisdom and resilience, ensuring that the essence of discipline transcends time. As we come to the end of this audiobook, I hope you're walking away not just with new insights, but with a deeper understanding of what self-discipline truly means in your life. Remember, self-discipline isn't about perfection. It's about perseverance, about committing to your growth, even on the difficult days. We've covered everything from building habits and embracing resilience to overcoming distractions and finding balance. But your journey doesn't end here. The true power of self-discipline lies in your ability to take what you've learned and implement it every single day. As you continue, don't be afraid to reflect, recalibrate, and adjust your course. Discipline is a lifelong practice, and with time, you'll find it transforming not just your actions, but your very identity. Whatever your goals are, whether they're professional achievements, personal growth, or something in between, self-discipline will be the compass that guides you to success. Thank you for joining me on this journey. I hope this audiobook has inspired you to take control of your life and create a future driven by intentionality and purpose. Remember, discipline is your greatest ally, and it's a skill you can cultivate starting today.